Rudolph. Herb Robinson.
Here.
Diane Salter.
Here.
Marie Stokowski here. Rebecca Haynes.
Here.
Jody Sturts Hall.
Here.
Joe Silky is absent with notice. Timothy Whalen.
Here.
Carly Stone.
Here.
Coy Stewart.
Here.
All right, let's stand for the pledge. Oh, it's over there. It's over
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first up is superintendent report.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to have a fuller audience this evening than we had in June and July, so very much appreciate the attendance of everybody here. I'd like to introduce Mr. Gary Putt, who is here this evening on behalf of Knights of Columbus for his annual visit to the district. Gary, I turn it over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, my name is Gary Putt, and I'm with the Knights of Columbus, located here in Ortonville. We're stationed over at St. Anne Catholic Church. Every year we have our, what we call the MI Drive, where all the money we collect goes to the mentally impaired. And we always have it on the Palm Sunday, which is Sunday before Easter. And I've been doing this for about 20 years now, and every year we've always had Brandon School District with the special education as one of the recipients. And I do have a check this year for the Brandon Special Ed, and it's an amount of $1,705.60.
She is our Director of Student Support Services. She will accept it on behalf of the district.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, and I'll see you next year.
I feel like every year they outdo the year before, so that's phenomenal. Thank you very much, Gary. All righty. All right, I'd like to take a moment this evening to remind the board of our strategic plan and what the strategic plan looks like as we head into the 26-27 school year. As you recall, we embarked on a strategic plan journey in 2020, end of 2023, heading into 2024, as I transitioned over into the superintendent role for the school district. At that time, we recognized through a variety of different leadership individuals throughout the district that we needed an opportunity to create our vision, we needed to have our mission, and we all need to be focused on those things collaboratively as we move forward as a school district. So the strategic plan provided us an opportunity to do that. And when we did do that, we surveyed our community. We got quite a lot of feedback for a small district. We received information from parents, community members, some students, district employees, some business owners, and some senior citizens. And you can see the variety of ages in which we received information, with the bulk of which being childbearing age or maybe a little later. We received additional information that we used as an entire team when we sat together to determine what are the areas of focus for the school district. It's always so lovely when you hear that your community believes that your school district is friendly, feels like a family, it's safe, it's innovative, and it's caring. Things that they wanted to see and say about the school district 5 years from when we took that survey in 2023, 2024, were things like safe, continue to be innovative, excellent, focused, proactive. Big words are when they're spoken most often, for those of you that aren't familiar with these word bags over here. And then things that they considered that we needed to improve upon included communication, opportunities, curriculum, and facilities. So with that, a large group of members came together. I want to remind everybody of this every year, because if you haven't been around, you don't recognize, and you wouldn't recognize how many important people came together to author the strategic plan. We had board members, we had community members, we had teachers, we had administrators, we had union leadership, and we had a couple of students too, which really were phenomenal, and we really, really enjoyed their participation. And we sat and we got to work delineating all the information that came to me. And long story short, we generated our strategic plan, which is a 3-year plan that launched in the fall of 2024, with the understanding that we roll through 2027. It's really hard to believe that there's a 27 in the school year when I talk about this coming school year. But it does mean that we're getting ready to near the end of this original strategic plan that was launched under my leadership here in the school district. When we launched the plan, we had 3 specific areas of focus, the first of which being climate and culture. Goal 1 being that we would contribute to the climate and culture, the values of all individuals, and we consider the well-being of the whole child. For the second goal under climate and culture being that we will foster connections within and across our schools and the community to increase authentic learning opportunities and reciprocal partnerships. Now, those of you that have been around for a while and know when we launched this, we dug very heavily into our PBIS work, our positive support intervention work, and we were really being thoughtful about creating an environment where all of our students feel like they belong and they can participate and feel as though there's at least one caring adult in our school district to help support them during their school day. Believe it or not, we're heading into our 3rd year of this work. And I wanted to identify items that we specifically articulated in our strategic plan that would apply to this school year. So you'll see here the second row, because the first row is work we've already completed and continue to do. With the implementation of restorative practices, K-12, pre-K-12, even Chelsea, I know she's sitting there looking nice in her brand new blue today. So we want to make sure that we're continuing this work across the school district. We want to make sure as administrators we're being thoughtful to the opportunity for restorative practices for our students. We want to ensure that those that are working with our students who may be struggling behaviorally, maybe our deans of students, are being thoughtful to opportunities for restorative practices when working with our students, ensuring that the punishment fits the crime. Students throwing food in the lunchroom rather than sending them home where they have an opportunity to miss learning for multiple days potentially. They're in the lunchroom, alongside the lunch ladies. For those of them that are causing ruckuses on the buses, they're actually a part of ensuring that our students are in their assigned seats or those sorts of things. So that work we're going to continue to, that's really lifelong work. And so we're really excited this particular year to continue that work into 2026. As part of that second goal there, we specifically talked about community connections, and through our strategic plan process, we learned that our community is heavily invested in our school district. We kind of already knew that before, but it was reinforced through this process, and that we wanted to continue, and that those who are within the community were eager for it to grow even deeper. So this year, which are some new features, include a community connection, ensuring that we are being thoughtful about opportunities to intertwine our students with the community. Some ideas we have for this, maybe having some representation on the DDA, having some opportunities to participate, getting some survey information, but then also looking for a framework of community-based and service learning K-12. I was recently at a DDA meeting, and there were some small business owners there that asked me, we would love to have one of your high school students co-op with us and show us how to use Twitter, show us how to use Instagram, give us an opportunity to get some sales information out there. I don't understand it, I don't know how to use it, but having an internship with one of your children would really be fantastic. And these are things that I hear along the way as I'm participating in a variety of capacities. But these are things we want to leverage, and we feel so fortunate we have a community in which we can. So this year we're ready to go hard and go fast in that area. Another area that we spoke of specifically when I mentioned that we had 3 focus areas were infrastructure and facilities, a very common item in strategic plans. Our first goal is to modernize our existing learning environments to enable each student to reach their unique potential. and to increase student wellness by enhancing our food and nutrition services provided here by the school district. I do have to say that we have been very thoughtful about the bond dollars that we received in our 2021 bond when we did a full refurb of Harvey Swanson Elementary to creating learning environments with the utilization of furniture and creative seating and some really unique learning opportunities and spaces to capitalize on that for our students. Our hope is to expand that in the future, particularly at our high school. And so we are hopeful that in the future we'll have an opportunity to do that. In terms of wellness and enhancing food offerings, I know Ashley's going to be presenting here in a little bit, which I'm very excited about. But this is a lady that has done Brandon taste tests across the district. I know you guys have sampled some food of hers in the past at board meetings, a great way to bribe us all, Ashley. But she often has menu items to try for students at the high school. She gets feedback from them. We have a brand new app that is, actually we had a new app she implemented, which is getting refreshed this year, that not only indicates what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, how many calories are in these items, but also if they're dairy-free, vegan-friendly, gluten-free, etc., which is really fantastic. And she's really led the way and kind of crossed some of those boxes off faster than we expected because she's such a go-getter. But in terms of the initial goal about creating environments for students that are safe and exciting and provide our opportunities and provide our students opportunities to be comfortable and meet their potential, we are looking at creating some secondary classroom committees, visiting other school districts. None of this costs us any money. Sometimes it's just a case of looking about how things are set up, even with the equipment we already have, looking at spaces that are already being utilized, and then also seeking input and ideas from outside vendors. So these are things we're trying to be thoughtful to, particularly at the secondary level. Should the district have an opportunity to have access to additional funds, we would be able to have some ideas, some thoughts, some research behind how we could enhance these spaces. And another thing that we were thoughtful to, and it's funny because this year we're going into a year with no cell phone use in our lunchroom. We were so thoughtful 3 years ago that we thought we needed to spend time in our cafeterias to make sure that those were inviting spaces for students. And so this particular year, we're being thoughtful to student-led activities in the cafeteria as they'll no longer be glued to their phones and not communicating with anybody. Ensuring that we have upgraded sound systems and entertainment items within those spaces so that folks can be heard over the microphone and we can gather students' attention for different activities. And then also implementing some flexible seating options or maybe some flexible seating spaces. There are some spots at the high school where there's some outside opportunity for students to potentially go and enjoy lunch. And then maybe we consider some high-top tables or some different things like that for our students. Obviously, we would get that information from our students to determine what might fit them best. But we do feel as though enhancing the cafeteria space will marry perfectly with the opportunity that they will have to speak with one another and interact with one another again. And then in the teaching and learning arena, we have done, again, a tremendous amount of work in this area already. We've been working on our scope and sequences. We have curriculums that we are piloting, most in part due to recent legislation from the state of Michigan. Thanks to the dyslexia law, we have a lot of language arts work happening this year, and we're looking at essential standards and so on and so forth. But not only are we looking to ensure that our curriculum is rigorous and relevant and aligned to state expectations, we also want to make sure there's opportunities for character education and that they have opportunities to participate in activities for future success. And so as we move into the 26-27 school year, some specific items that we're really digging heavily, deeply into is our special elective and non-traditional course offerings. You heard me speak of opportunities to partner with our community, potentially doing some internships for students interested in marketing. We're also curious to see what other options there may be for our students. We are already a district that services our community's weed whackers and lawnmowers. If they're not working properly, we do have a small engine repair class the high school, we do have a welding program, and our woodshop program builds chicken coops and small houses and sells those to our community as well. But looking to see what other opportunities we may have and what community support we may have to do that. So these are our focus areas of the strategic plan as we head into the 26-27 school year. If you're interested to learn what we have done, what you might have missed out on, most of that work is continuous and is a part of who we are and is embedded in what we do. So you can find it on our website on the left-hand side with a quick link about the strategic plan. And then in January, I will be bringing back the Strategic Advisory Committee. I will also be inviting others to participate in the Strategic Advisory Committee as we start to gather a new set of information, a new set of survey results, a new data comparison for like districts across the state of Michigan regarding finance, student activities, student enrollment, demographics, etc. For us then to develop the next 3 years. It's weird to say 2030, but that would be what we'd be looking at. So by the end of the school year, my goal is to have a draft ready so we can hit the ground running in the fall of 27 with our entire school district. So with that said, any questions from the board? Otherwise, I think we're in good shape. Very excited for the school year. Tonight, you have the privilege to meet some of these exceptionally talented individuals that chose Brandon for their career path, and we are significantly touched and deeply honored that they want to be a part of our Brandon family. We welcome them all with open arms, and I'm confident that they will be great allies in the work that we have put together here laid before us in our strategic plan. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Carly. I know that was. When we hired Carly on, that was one of our big things that we told Carly. We needed an updated strategic plan. We had a lot of changeover. We haven't been here for a while in our administration, and she just knocked it out of the park. And I mean, we just appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right. Next up is the food service presentation.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashley LaHaye. I'm the food service director here at Brandon, and I'm going to talk to you about.
Oh, I never turned it off.
All right, so we're going to review the 25-26 school year, go over some of our numbers there. We're going to talk about the Meet Up and Eat Up summer feeding program, and then what's upcoming for this 26-27 school year. So these are our numbers from last year. We did serve 10,989 more breakfasts in the 25-26 school year than we did in the previous year. This graph here on the left is the number of breakfasts served by month, and then the other graph is the participation rate, so the percentage of our students that are utilizing breakfast. As you can see, for the blue line is 25-26, and the orange line is the previous school year, so we did consistently hold higher number of breakfasts, with the exception of that 1 month in April. And then our participation rate was consistently higher than the previous year. So our average participation for breakfast in 24-25 was 28.22%, and last school year was 32.01%, with a 3.79% increase in breakfast participation. On lunches, we actually did serve a few less lunches, 588 less than the previous year. But as you can see, our participation rate for lunches did increase pretty much every month except for May, I believe. Our participation participation rate in 24-25 was 69.76%. And then this past school year, 71.31%. So we did have an increase of 1.55% in participation. So these are just some highlights from the 25-26 school year. Every year we cater the daddy-daughter and mother-son dances that are held in the cafeteria. It's always a fun experience for our ladies to get to go and, feed them, but most importantly, watch the littles dance and have fun. Along the center there and on the bottom left, that is hydroponics from our high school, which we started this past year. Mrs. Rowling, the STEM teacher, has really spearheaded that and taken on a lot of the responsibility, which is very helpful for us. We just basically went down and got the harvests. This bottom left picture, that was our very first harvest at the high school. The pictures on the right, that's our salad bar and deli bar. We started those this past school year in the high school, and I think those were a big hit. They, started off kind of slow, but then gradually got more and more people interested in them, and so we offer some nice fresh options. And then that lettuce that we harvested through the hydroponics was utilized in the deli bar and salad bar. This year, we participated in the Great Apple Crunch. It's an annual event which is held in October. October is National Farm to School Month, so it's a time that we use to celebrate local produce and highlight the health benefits of eating local produce. So we did 3 events in the elementary schools. We did 1 at Oakwood and 2 at Harvey. We had fresh apples from Deal's Orchard in Holly, and we gathered everybody in an assembly. We talked a lot about local farmers and local produce, and then everybody bit into an apple at the same time. Great Apple Crunch. So this was our first year doing it, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this coming year. Another thing about me, I'm always one to celebrate things, so we try to celebrate as often as possible in the food service department. On the right there, that was our holiday party. I love a good arts and crafts project, so we made some those snowmen, and then the center is just different various the center is just different various celebration days at the high school. And then on the left there, we had 2 employees retire this year, Tammy and Vita, with the 2 of them over 50 years of service. And so we took the opportunity to celebrate them as they retired this year. I also had some personal professional development accomplishments this last year. I got my Child Nutrition Director certification from MSBO in September of 2025. And I was also the School Nutrition Association of Michigan Area 2 President. And there's some things that we worked on there, which I will show next. So this is the School Nutrition Association Conference, which was in Battle Creek, Michigan this year. We got to go to a Prairie Farms milk plant and tour the facility and see just the production of milk and 3 floors of just machinery, and it was really interesting and great information. We also got to visit the Kellogg's headquarters. So we got to talk to them about different changes and formulations that they're working on to make their products cleaner label, less dyes, things like that. And then there was just a lot of networking and breakout sessions that were really informative and helpful. So that was a lot of fun. We also put on a workshop, and this is put on by the Oakland County Food Service Directors. And it's a professional development opportunity for all the lunch ladies and lunch labs across Oakland County. So we had over 200 participants. Our keynote speaker was Chef Vanessa Hayes, which is on the left. She's from Atlanta, so she did a really great keynote speech, which tied to our theme, which was from the heart of the kitchen. And then there also was a mini food show, so you can see that center picture. We had over 30 vendors set up tables, and then all the lunch ladies and labs can go and try new products. They get samples, and then they can have some input in what we are putting on our menus. All right, so moving on to summer feeding. Just like the last couple of years, we have 2 ways to participate in summer feeding. We do a congregate in-person feeding, and that's for the summer programs that are held at Harvey Swanson. So for the congregate feeding, we serve 992 breakfasts and 1,057 lunches. And the other way that we serve over the summer is a non-congregate meal pickup. So the photo in the center there shows what each child gets when they pick up these meals. They get 7 breakfast entrees, 7 lunch entrees, 2 half gallons of milk, a bag of fresh fruit, and a bag of fresh veggies per child. So with that, we had 15,043 breakfasts and 15,043 lunches, and this was over a 6-week period. So a total of 32,135 meals served this summer, which is a 20.9% increase over last year. And then upcoming things for the 26-27 school year. In the bottom, you will see a picture of a tilt skillet. It's essentially like a giant frying pan almost, so that we are getting installed into our high school kitchen with the goal of doing more scratch cooking. So we're going to start, slowly with 1 or 2 recipes, and then slowly incorporate more and more to really put a focus on scratch cooking throughout the district. Healthy Pro, Carly had mentioned our new menu program. We had NutriSlice for the past couple years, which is an online menu platform that provides all the nutrition information, allergens, things like that. Healthy Pro is another program that does all of those things and a lot more. So Healthy Pro will also provide production records. It's like a hub for all things we need for compliance. So it will house our product formulation statements. It'll house our production records, so we don't have to have papers upon papers stacked up. It houses our Buy American provisions and everything we need to stay in compliance. So we are excited to roll that out this year. We are going to continue taste tests, of course. We love to get input from the kids, find out what they like, what they don't like, what they want to see. And so we will continue to do that. Of course, we're going to continue hydroponics at the middle school and high school with a goal of sort of eliminating lettuce purchasing from outside of the district. So we're excited about that. And then lastly, at the high school, we're going to do a second chance breakfast. So this is going to happen between first and second hour. We'll have a cart similar to the one pictured. So those kids who come in late, who aren't able to grab breakfast as soon as they get here, are able to grab it in between lunches. Here at the high school, it's our lowest breakfast participation in the district, so that's where we're starting with the second chance breakfast. And we're hoping to get those kids in between first and second hour, like a healthy snack, something to energize them until lunchtime. And we are excited about that. That is all I have today, but of course I brought food. So tangerine chicken, this is something we just started serving last year. It became pretty popular amongst the kids. So we brought some samples of that, but I know we have a lot of gluten-free friends, so we also brought a gluten-free teriyaki chicken to try. So Carrera and I will kind of walk around and pass those out. And if anybody has any questions, they can ask at this time. Thank you. All right, I'm going to start start with gluten-free. Who wants gluten-free? I'm just gonna push this way. Yeah. Gluten-free, gluten-free.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Gluten-free, ma'am?
Thank you, lovely.
Who wants gluten-free? Great. Anybody else for gluten-free?
You can meet you, I mess.
People over here that want to try both. You want to vote? Teriyaki chicken or tangerine chicken? Tangerine chicken?
Oh, yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, no, we're good.
Okay, well. Anybody else? Ladies, tangerine chicken? Would you like some? Did you get some? Would you like some?
Oh,
Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, thank you, Ashley. As always, the best presentation of the year. They already asked me if you could come back twice a year to come up with something. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm always so impressed with the number of meals that she services.
Yeah.
And her leadership with her team and how she brings them together and make them really feel like they're a part of something special. It's a big part of, between the two ladies retiring over 50 years of service in Brandon here. It's pretty remarkable. So really appreciate Ashley. Okay, I'd like to take a minute. Thank you for all of you that are new to the Brandon School District that took the time to visit us this evening. Many of you have already been approved at previous board meetings, and we like to take the opportunity just to put a name to a face in front of our board. They always enjoy an opportunity to see who's joining us. And so if you don't mind, I will ask your building administrator to introduce you to the group. So Megan, since you're front and center, do you mind starting us off with George? You guys can come up over to the podium. Thank you.
So I'm very excited to introduce George Gugasian as our counselor at the high school. He'll be servicing students with the last names A through L, so he's student counselor at the high school. He comes to us from lots of different varied experiences. He interned at Waterford Kettering, had glowing reviews there, spent the past 4 years working in Oakland County school districts. in a variety of roles. We've got experience at the elementary level, outside and inside school settings. Past colleagues have said that he is excellent with student relationships, that the students all miss him very much, and they even now 2 years after leaving get asked, where's Mr. Fugasian, when's he coming back? So he's very highly recommended. They said they couldn't recommend anybody more highly, and we're just very excited for him to join our team.
I'm really excited to kind of settle my roots down here. I hope to be here for a long time. So, thank you. Thank you. Can I go?
I'm bringing two people up, so I'm very excited for both of them. I'll start with Laura, because technically she was hired first. I went through multiple interviews with both of these candidates, and I was thinking back on the process, and I knew we were right with Laura when during the second interview for math teacher at the middle school, she made a connection with someone on the interview panel, and they already had made plans to do curriculum work on horseback because they both enjoy riding horses. And she comes from an alternative certification. She started in like a medical field support person. She has most recently been at Goodrich in long-term stints in everything from kindergarten to math at the middle school level. And that's what she'll be doing for us at the middle school. So we're very excited to have her. Anything?
I'm just very excited to be a part of Brandon, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very fun.
Yes. And in a similar experience with Joe Wood, who will be teaching special education at the middle school, I had the opportunity, and I know he's had even more of an opportunity to interview here at Brandon. So much so, we were considering him for multiple positions. And I knew it was a good fit for us when he said, I just want to be part of this school. I want you to use my skills the best way that you think I can fit. And so you can't really ask for anything other than that. I would describe Joe as a lifer in Brandon. He has family roots here. He's been a coach here. He joins us from various experiences, most recently in Lapeer. He's been teaching special education. He also has had some stints in administrative roles where he's doing safety, security, so he brings all this added value with him as well. Can't emphasize enough how important it is to have that coach's mindset for the young men and women he's going to be working with. So, Joe, anything you want to add?
No, I'm just really excited to be here. I went through a few processes, but I'm finally glad to be here, and I'm excited to be in the classroom again. And we moved all four of my kids here, so I live right over by between the middle school and Harvey. So I'm just really excited to be this close to home and to be able to give to the district that we're going to be in and be a part of the community.
Who wants to go next? Do T-Max.
So this evening, I'm here to welcome Candace Rosenbush. She is a veteran special educator, K-8, that she's joining us with 15 years experience. We are very, very excited. And she actually just got married 2 weekends ago. So she hasn't even turned in her legal name yet to the district to change it in the computer system. So when students start, we're just gonna call her Mrs. Freeman. That will be her new name so that they don't get confused, thinking it's two separate people. Is there anything you want to share?
I'm just super excited to be here and part of the open team at Brandon. And I look forward to having a wonderful school year.
And she was already in the building today, excited, checking out her room. We talked about some things, so we cannot wait. I also want to share a couple other new hires that are not here this evening on behalf of both Harvey Swanson for our specials teachers. We have a teacher coming in by the name of Austin Thornton as our art teacher. And a long story short, she actually worked under Mr. Tran in the Madison School District. So they already have a working relationship, and we're super excited to have her join us in Brandon. And then we have Lillian George. She's going to be our STEM YI teacher for both buildings. She did her student teaching within first grade over at Oakwood, and we are very, very excited to have her. And then Kelly Jackson. She'll be Oakwood Elementary's 31 and counselor social work role. Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kung Tran. I'm the principal of Harvey Swanson. Nice to meet you. I have here Katie Marchand, our new dean of students. She comes to us from South Carolina. She previously served as an assistant principal in an elementary school down there for the last 3 years. Before that, she was a reading specialist and a literacy coach. So I'm excited that we're starting this journey together as we learn about the community and become part of this brand new community. So,
Like Mr. Tran said, my husband and I just moved up from South Carolina. We had the opportunity to move back home. Michigan is home to him. Ohio is where my family is. So we're just really excited to be closer to our families, and I'm excited to join the Brandon family as well.
Staff also in our building, just like Ms. Radford already said, we share 2 specialist teachers, Lillian George, STEM, and Austin Thornton, our art teacher. Actually, she texted me that she was resigning and leaving, and Carly had already mentioned to me earlier today that she came from Madison, and I was surprised. So when she texted me, I called her back and said, "I hear you're leaving." She goes, I played around with her. I was like, "Where are you going?" She goes, "Brandon." I go, "Which building?" She said, "Well, Elementary." I go, "I just wanted you to know I actually submitted my resignation today also, and I'm going to be leading Harvey Swanson." And she started screaming on the phone. It was actually very, very sweet, very cool. So we also have joining us in first grade, Michaela Bojanowski, who comes from the UCC building. She was a SRP teacher there. We have Grace Guccione, our new 3rd grade teacher. She just recently graduated from Michigan State University. And we also have Denise Holbrook, special education teacher, who is coming from Lapeer Community Schools. So welcome all our new staff. I'm sure you can meet you soon. Thank you.
We hired 2 new teachers this year, one to step literally into my classroom and with my associate teacher and everything. This is Amanda. Amanda this is your 21st year in education, primarily in preschool. She's coming from a GSRP role, so we'll be able to get her going, and we're excited to have her expertise, her experience, and her passion for early childhood with us.
So I just want to say thank you. It's an honor to call Brandon home. My passion in life is to develop leadership skills within the youngest of children to help them become the best society that they can possibly become in the future for us.
We also have, since Michaela's moving on to first grade, we'll have Renee Krizaminski joining us this year. And she comes with 9 years of early childhood experience, primarily in preschool and also developmental kindergarten. So we know she'll be a great part of the team too. So we're excited for all the movement.
Thank you again for spending your evening with us. Summer is tough, and a few folks are out and about enjoying the last minutes of summer. And we don't blame them, but thank you for taking the time to join us here this evening. It was greatly appreciated.
Thank you. All right, next is approval of consent agenda.
Move the Brandon Board of Education approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support. Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Lehman?
Yes.
Treasurer Salter?
Yes.
Secretary Stokowski, yes. Vice President Sturts-Hall?
Yes.
President Haynes?
Yes. Motion passes. Next is information discussion items, board report. Jody had something you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, just one report. I just wanted to let everybody know that the Brandon Board of Education is gonna have a booth at Septemberfest this year. So if anybody, I reserved that booth, and if anybody wants to help out, I'll be there all day, 10 to 7, giving out some literature, and then when school starts, it's Saturday, September 12th, 10 to 7, and then when school starts, I'm gonna ask, order some cookies from the base program, and then we'll hand them out that day.
Next up are action items. HR report.
Move the Brandon Board of Education approve the HR report as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Wayland?
Yes.
Treasurer Salter?
Yes.
Secretary Stokowski, yes. Vice President Sturts-Hall?
Yes.
President Haynes?
Yes. Motion passes. Next is Executive Director of Business Operations.
Move that the Brandon Board of Education approve Christy Beakey as the Executive Director of Business Operations for the Brandon School District as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Wayland?
Yes.
Treasurer Salter?
Yes.
Secretary Stokowski, yes. Vice President Sturts-Hall?
Yes.
President Haynes?
Yes. Motion, go ahead. Yeah, motion passes.
Yeah, thank you. I got excited. I would like to take a moment and introduce Christy to the board. It is a last name you're all familiar with. You said but we are so very fortunate. As we know, Jan is a gem, Jan Ziesel, and her 13, 14 years of experience here in the school district. She's heavily invested with us, and we appreciated everything she has done. And it's been a tough role to fill, but the sun must have been shining on us one day, and we got this resume from this fantastic lady standing beside me. Christy comes to us from Dexter Community Schools, in which she served in a similar capacity for several years. Prior to that, she was in other school districts, including West Bloomfield and Rochester, while also spending some time in the private sector and starting as an auditor. So she has her MBA. She's an incredibly smart lady with lots of years of experience under her belt. And we are absolutely excited. She's got a 19-minute drive now to Brandon. But Christy, if you don't mind saying a few words and introducing yourself.
Thank you, Carly. Thrilled to be here. Hopefully, my years of experience in my various roles, even in a couple of different counties, will bring a new look here to Brandon. I'm thrilled. The 19-minute drive makes it even better. Most of you know I have been commuting over an hour and a half each way. This was kind of just a random connection as well, so that makes this a little bit more special. It feels a little bit like it was meant to be. So I'm thrilled to be here, happy to meet with families, excited to meet staff. This is the first time I'd be working with the administration building in the high school, and that feels really good to me. And also there's an ice cream shop that is within walking distance of my office, and I believe I'm going to be a regular. But I don't live far. I do consider this to be part of my community as well. So looking forward to it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, next is Principal of Harvey Swanson Elementary School.
Move the Brandon Board of Education approve Tony Tran as Principal of Harvey Swanson Elementary as presented.
Second.
Hillary, any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Wayland?
Yes.
Treasurer Salter?
Yes.
Secretary Stokowski, yes. Vice President Sturts-Hall?
Yes.
President Haynes?
Yes. Motion passes.
Mr. Tran, it's your turn. We have such excitement to see Mrs. Huffle at the high school, and we're very concerned about our opportunity to fill that position. And I feel as though this just worked out so very, very well. We are so excited to introduce Mr. Tom Tran to our school district. He comes with years of experience as an assistant principal from the Madison School District, as you heard earlier, but also spent time in the classroom, and I know his lovely wife, who joined him here this evening, is also a teacher at the elementary level as well. So these guys are all about teaching and learning, whether they're at work or at home. But Tran, if you don't mind introducing yourself, we're just so thankful to have you here. Thank you.
Again, Tom Tran. My wife is a teacher. Next to her is my mother-in-law. I couldn't give them away. So they showed up. So I'm very excited and happy to be here. I do feel and believe in things that were meant to be. My first trip here, I wasn't even looking for a gap year. It was a field trip from Madison to see what a good PIA system that Harvey Swanson and Oakwood had in place. And from then on, when I saw the posting, just everything kind of fell into place. And I'm excited and genuinely happy to be part of the Brandon family community. So I hope I don't disappoint.
Okay, next up is Dean of Students, Harvey Swanson Elementary.
Move that the Brandon Board of Education approve Catherine Marchand as Dean of Students of Harvey Swanson Elementary as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Trustee Robinson?
Yes.
Trustee Leyland?
Yes.
Treasurer Salter?
Yes.
Secretary Stokowski, yes. Vice President Sturts Hall?
Yes.
President Haynes?
Yes. Motion passes. Next.
Katie, one more time, just really quick. I have never seen such a turnaround in someone accepting a position and starting. I think we finished up meeting Katie on Thursday. She says, I'm closing on my house on Friday, and she reported to work this morning. So if that's any indication of the character of the individual that is joining our team, I think we're in for a treat. So Katie, thank you for all of that. Thank you for being here today and joining our team. We're thrilled to have you. I'm excited.
Next is citizens input. Yeah. Oh, no, there's nothing. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah, no,
I'm so sorry. No, you're fine. Okay. All right. Well, then we are adjourned at 7:22.